How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some really unsettling content that's being shared on socials right now. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
Ghosts are believed to haunt many different kinds of places, and while graveyards and old dilapidated houses are considered prime paranormal real estate, this video may prove that hauntings can happen just about anywhere. When YouTubers Twin Paranormal are given the chance to explore a notoriously haunted brewery in Silver Mountain City, California, their cameras managed to capture some very creepy events. The Cutthroat Brewing Company is housed in an old hotel that was converted into a makeshift hospital back in the 1800s. As the town only had a few hundred residents at the time, it had no local hospital, so they used the building to house the sick during the winter. Even creepier, the basement began to be used as a morgue for those who passed away. Nowadays, the premises is supposedly rife with paranormal activity. Employees often claim to see apparitions, hear strange sounds, and witness objects being moved around with no apparent explanation. As the team concentrate their investigation within a particular part of the brewery, a camera in a different area picks up something exceptionally eerie. Take a look.
What are we doing here?
We can see what looks to be a translucent figure appear at the door.
One of our night vision cameras pointing towards the back door had picked up what looks like a man coming in through the back gate into the building.
As the entity moves around, it seems to become more formed, with some suggesting that it resembles a man with black hair and a dark beard.
This man-like figure starts to form his
The figure then moves about for several seconds before disappearing from view.
head right after. Then he turns his head facing our direction before exiting out the back door.
Unaware of what their cameras captured, the investigators continue to record strange noises on tape, potentially proving that the brewery is haunted by more than one spirit.
If you're here, make a noise. Whoa! Did you guys hear the footsteps right behind River? Did you hear those?
Several viewers of the footage were understandably shocked by what they saw, and on face value alone, it certainly appears as though these investigators may have actually caught a ghost on camera. If it does turn out to be true, one can't help but wonder who the spirit is. Could he have been a patient that died inside the makeshift hospital all those years ago? While this particular entity is believed to be the main paranormal presence occupying the brewery, it's still up for debate whether or not his intentions are friendly, or something a little more sinister.
Did we just catch the male spirit that's been seen lurking around in this building by some of the workers?
When paranormal investigators Seize Crazy Crossroads, Urban Ghosts Urban Exploration, Holy Walkers, and Franco TV team up to investigate the notorious Medina Mansion in Florida, you just know they're going to capture something strange on camera. In this video uploaded to Seize Crazy Crossroads YouTube channel, it isn't long before something potentially paranormal rears its head, literally. As the investigators approach the house, one of them notices that there's a creepy face peering down at them from the upstairs window.
Hey. Look in the window. Look in the window. There's a head. There's somebody looking at us. Look in that window. Look in that window.
It isn't long until the figure seems to realize it's been spotted and quickly disappears back into the darkness.
What do we do?
What do we do? Go check this out.
The crew immediately run upstairs in an effort to confront the mysterious figure, but are unable to locate it anywhere.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. You saw it, right? Joe, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it, bro. What the freak? I love this.
While one's immediate thoughts turn to the paranormal for an explanation, it was even suggested by one viewer that it looks very much like an alien. If you zoom in, you can certainly see the resemblance.
Dude, are you kidding me? Somebody's here. What do we do?
Others thought it might have been a squatter. However, if that was the case, why were the investigators unable to find any trace of anyone upstairs?
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. You saw it, right?
Whatever or whoever the figure was, this is certainly one very scary video, and a paranormal investigation that these YouTubers won't likely soon forget.
Hey, look in the window. Look in the window. There's a head. There's somebody looking at us. Look in that window. Look in that window. Dude,
Guys,
are you kidding me? Somebody's here.
Self-driving cars could be the next big thing in transportation technology. Is this car, filmed by the Policía Nacional del Ecuador, ahead of its time? In this video, recorded by a security camera, we see a dark, relatively empty parking garage. The footage is shot using the camera's night vision. We see a man, presumably an officer, approach a car parked a few yards in front of the security camera. He opens the driver's side door and reaches inside, possibly kneeling one knee on the driver's seat. He takes something from the car before closing the door, locking it, and walking away. Watch what happens next. As you can see, the car begins to slowly move forward completely on its own. It keeps moving until it lightly bumps the wall beneath where the camera is mounted. The man returns later when the garage is better lit, clearly confused about how the vehicle moved. Some skeptics assume that someone was probably hiding in the car prepared to drive it forward to create a creepy viral video. However, when the man opens the door at the start and the end of the video, the overhead light illuminates the front seat, showing that it's empty. Even if someone had somehow squeezed themselves into the car to lay down on the seat, this would have prevented the officer from reaching so far into the car at the start of the video. Therefore, it seems unlikely that anyone else was in the car. It's also unlikely that the car drifted forward on its own, as the garage floor seems to be level. Is this a case of a parking brake failure that somehow allowed the car to drift forward on a completely level surface? Or is there something supernatural piloting the car? It's also interesting to note that this footage was captured by the National Police in Ecuador, so it's highly unlikely the footage has been tampered with or that it's a prank of some kind. So what do you think this security footage has captured? Love to get your theories in the comments section below. While there's very little information available about this clip, it certainly appears to have captured something strange. Take a look. In what appears to be CCTV footage, we see a shadowy, translucent figure making its way through the darkness. With each step, the figure seems to become more and more transparent, until it's almost completely faded away just before the clip ends. Sometimes moving objects can appear slightly transparent in videos if there's a glitch in the camera. In this case, this might explain the footage. Still, the ghostly looking figure itself is certainly very creepy. However, it's what happens at the very beginning of the video that makes it even more alarming. The footage shows a person walking towards the left of screen. If you look closely, the person on the left is solid and has detail. So if the camera were glitching out, why would one person be solid and one person be transparent? This footage certainly raises a lot of questions, unfortunately none of which can be answered at this time. What do you think this clip shows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. In this video shared to YouTube by Atrapidus en el Tiempo, it seems that a dash cam has caught something eerie happening on a quiet country road. Take a look. We can see a car driving at night. Apart from a lone light ahead in the distance, the surroundings are dark, illuminated only by the vehicle's headlights. Suddenly, the car seems to veer to the left, as a small ghostly figure emerges from the darkness. The figure remains eerily still as the vehicle speeds by. While the driver was able to react quickly enough to avoid the ghostly figure, there's no doubting that they must have been scared out of their mind. Adding to the creepiness of the clip is the fact that the figure appears to be a child. This, coupled with the way that it stands so eerily still on the road, makes for one spine-chilling video. One viewer suggested that the figure might have been the spirit of a young child who tragically lost their life on this lonely stretch of road. Others suggested the person was drunk or high and was simply wandering around the road. So what do you think's depicted in this strange piece of footage? Love to hear your theories in the comments down below. TikToker UFOs OVNI has uploaded a small clip of some scary activity that's caused quite a stir among the paranormal community. The clip shows some people visiting a local mausoleum, possibly in an attempt to contact spirits. At the mausoleum, we can see a small shrine behind a pane of glass. The shrine is made up of a few candles, a doll, and other objects placed on a shelf, where the deceased has been interred. According to the video's caption, this spot in the mausoleum is the grave of a little girl. The group stands in front of the glass using what appears to be a Tibetan singing bowl or mortar and pestle to perform some kind of ritual. One member of the group moves his hands in a circular motion just above the bowl while the camera records the shrine. It's unclear what the purpose of this ritual is, but it would appear the spirits have certainly taken notice. Watch what happens. The group is startled when the doll resting on the shelf suddenly falls to the ground. It doesn't merely fall, it seems to launch itself from the shelf and lands just a few feet away from the wall. The group quickly runs away from the tomb and the possibly possessed doll. Unfortunately, this clip is short and we weren't able to find a longer source. The fact that the doll moved inside a sealed mausoleum has left most viewers stunned. Could this bizarre incident have been caused by the ghost of a little girl? If so, what's she trying to communicate by tossing her toy towards the unsuspecting viewers? Perhaps she was angry at being disturbed or just trying to be playful. Without further evidence, these questions remain unanswered. Not all spirits are innocent and harmless, as we see in this video posted to Instagram by Paranoid Normal. Sometimes mischievous poltergeists can cause much more trouble than you bargain for. The footage comes from a security camera in an office building. A man approaches a woman's desk and says something to her. She turns away for a moment. As her back is turned, the man decides to take a seat on the metal folding chair in front of her desk. Watch what happens. If we watch again, the chair is suddenly yanked to the side, falling to the ground next to him. The man is already in the process of sitting when the chair moves, so he's unable to stop himself from falling to the ground. Based on the way that the chair moves, there's no way that the man could have accidentally kicked the chair out from under himself. The woman on the other side of the desk wasn't close enough to move the chair either, and there's no one else around. So who could be the culprit? Some naysayers suggest there could have been a string or wire attached to the chair that would allow someone off screen to yank the chair away. However, others state that the man's fall looked too genuine to be staged. Perhaps the fall was genuine and a prankster off camera pulled the chair away just for laughs. So is this video a clumsy hoax, or real evidence of a mischievous poltergeist looking to cause a little trouble? If it is a spirit, hopefully its antics don't escalate beyond a slightly bruised bum. Before we get to that number one spot, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos. Runs with Scissors is another Redditor who doesn't seem fazed by paranormal activity. That's just because it seems to happen in their house all the time. In this particular instance, the Redditor captured something spooky on the backyard security camera. The footage was shot after dark in night vision mode. The backyard is surrounded by a wall and fence, so it would be difficult for anyone or anything to make their way into the space. However, that doesn't seem to be an issue for one entity, as it appears to simply walk through the wall and disappear into the darkness in the back corner of the yard. According to the uploader, the structure in the back of the yard is an old well house. The strange figure looks to almost manifest out of thin air. Several viewers have commented that the figure seems to move in an unnatural way, seeming to glide over the ground. The Redditor who captured this footage claims that numerous strange events have happened around the house. Neighbours have reported feeling uneasy walking past the house at night time. The homeowner believes that the yard might contain some sort of portal. The homeowner said that while digging in their yard one day, they came across a burnt-out motorhome that had been buried in the backyard. So could these strange occurrences be explained by a portal to another dimension? Could the home be haunted by a ghost or other entity? Watch the footage again and come to your own conclusions.
Now, if you want to watch some more scary video clips, then watch that episode on the top there. Otherwise, there's a massive playlist there you can binge on. Leave us a comment down below, smash that thumbs up button, and that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.